found one of my arrowheads. I don't have many. I had some Native American artifacts in the past, and they sell pretty fast. Whenever the ones that I've had have sold pretty fast. I know arrowheads, there are like millions of them on eBay. But for some reason, I picked this one up, and from what I've seen and from my experience on buying things on eBay, this is a really beautiful example of an arrowhead. There's this guy who I watch on YouTube. His name is Rox Costiu. I'm sorry. I know I'm butchering his last name, or the last part of his YouTube name. And you're probably familiar with him. He's a really great channel. He's in West Virginia, and he has all these great sites right by his house. He jumps in his canoe, and it's incredible, man. Things that people are buying for hundreds and hundreds of dollars, this guy's finding in dumps. I got to admit, I'm jealous in one aspect. In other aspects, no. But it's pretty cool that he goes out there with a little rake, and he pulls out all these marbles and artifacts and toys and bottles, and I found a few things. I find mostly what everyone else finds is change, and I go through it, and sometimes I hit something good. But this arrowhead I bought years ago, and let me take it out of the bag and show it to you. It's a pretty large. So I watched that guy's channel and also what I've seen on eBay, which makes me, I guess, like an internet expert. But this arrowhead is absolutely beautiful. Can you imagine? Can you see those perfectly hit marks? This absolute skill. It must take to make something like this is unbelievable. And it's large. Let me put it here, and then I have a little measuring tape. I wonder if this is an arrowhead or if it's a spear tip. It's 2 inches. It's a 2-inch. So I don't know. Is this an arrowhead or is this a spear tip? It's large. I don't know enough about arrowheads. Either way, what I'm admiring right now is the craftsmanship that it must take. I've seen this other guy on YouTube, and if you put in like what's he do? He camps, and then he just grabs like a rock, and I guess he knows what the specific stones are in the area that you could hit on to make stuff like knives. He makes knives. His big thing is knives, and then he'll spend the whole YouTube video on from finding the rock to finding the rock to hit the rock to forming it, and then even grabbing the piece of leather and the whole 9 yards, like Rambo, and it's pretty cool. So that's as far as my knowledge goes of artifacts, but I do have a good eye for things that are beautiful, and this is one of them. It must have had a really awesome point at one end, right? Because this is kind of dull. And it was repaired, obviously. Well, maybe it's not obvious, but it was repaired. And you can see that big flake that came off there, and it must have knocked off the notch or the ear, or whatever it's called, the bottom part. And whoever found this fixed it. And they did it pretty. I mean, they did it pretty good. I mean, they didn't color match it, but they did it in such a way that it gives you the shape and the idea of how it probably looked originally. And that's pretty wild, because I've never seen one with the repair on it. I've heard, like I said, that guy Rox Cusot. I guess that's how you say his last name, because I'm looking at it and I'm like, that reminds me of something, and I think it reminds me of that famous. It reminds me of Caruso. Anyway, I think it's Rox Cusot. I think that's his last name is Cusot. That's how you say it. Let's pronounce it. And he's talked about when in some of his arrowheads that he finds, they're broke. He's like, oh, I could fix that, but I mean, in the videos that I've never seen him fix it, or a fixed one. But I'm sure he has it and he has done it and all of that. But here I have one that is fixed, and I thought that was pretty cool. And it does remind me a little bit. I've seen the what are they called? The shark teeth, and I've seen them fixed, and it's very similar to this. So I don't know if there's a special putty that's this color. And then there's this piece here, which I'll be honest with you, because you could see like some glue. It looks like bluish over here. So I think this is also a repair, even though I don't know why it's red. It looks more like this is something that they had stuck to a board, and then when they ripped it up, it took out part of the board. But I don't know. I'm not going to mess with it. I just left it there. And look how nice. So I guess this part here probably might have broke too, because this part here comes down really beautifully. Maybe it doesn't. So that's what I want to show you. I want to show you this arrowhead. I've always thought it was very beautiful, and you could really see the notches where the person struck it to make the shape, and the color is beautiful. I don't know if it's translucent. I have should have a light over here somewhere. Oh. So yeah, the edges. So I don't know if that tells you something about the stone or not. I'm not a geologist. What do you want from me? But wow, look at that. So you could actually, you can see the veins in it. Oh man, if you're still here after 8 minutes, it's because this type of stuff, rocks your boat. Look at that. That's beautiful, man. Oh, I like how I like how it looks close too. I didn't try to put it this close before. Oh, wowzers. I mean, imagine having to survive this way, where you have to find certain stones and hit them to make a weapon that you have to now kill an animal for dinner. I guess it's really important to know what you're doing. If your supper, depends on it. Oh man, how cool is that? You can get a really nice close-up of the repair. You see some of the glue, right? So I don't know if this is, to me this is beautiful. The repair is beautiful. Whatever this is, I don't care about. And I guess you can put in the comments, what do you might even know, hey man, that's, so-and-so from Kentucky River, and that's a shale geomorphic, rock from, the south side of Kentucky, blah blah blah. You know, that would be pretty cool. Leave that up. Leave that in the. And this guy, let me tell you, that guy again, Rock Rousseau. He knows. He knows. Yo, he spits out the names of the Indians and the tribes and where they're from. Oh man, so I find that's super duper cool, man. Super duper cool. Um, Me, I just buy stuff. There are things that I know, but and I guess my strength would be in display and narrating what it is that I found and presenting it to you. And I guess that's pretty important if you have a YouTube channel. Anyway, thanks. I'm glad if you're here, obviously, after 11 minutes, you probably subscribed. And see you on the next one. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about this arrowhead. I think it's pretty neat. I'll see you in the next one.